Hi, welcome back to the part 2 video of Must Do Aptitude Problems. Part 1, I have clearly explained you a question and that is also asked in many examinations, in aptitude examination, and those type of questions also are asked. And here also today we'll be solving sums which are mainly asked in your aptitude exams as well as your placement. Okay, so come, let's quickly start. And hi, this is Haris Mehta Rajkumar. So now today we'll be solving percentage profit and loss related sum, and we'll be solving one more permutation related sum in this video. And don't skip, so that you will not understand it clearly if you skip. And I'm not saying that this exact sum will be asked. This exact sum, if it asks, it's your luck, but the similar type will definitely be asked. So clearly study. So let's get into the video. A shopkeeper makes a profit of, so what profit he makes a profit of 17%, and by giving a discount of 22%. So there is a amount, from that he gave 22% discount, so that he got 17% profit. Okay, now to gain more profit, in order to gain more profit, he's making the discount from 22 to 18. He's reducing the discount and checking if he's getting more profit, and he got higher profit. Okay, now what is the answer, what is the question? Difference in his profit percentage after reducing to 18%, right? After reducing to 18%, what is his profit percentage? We know this profit percentage. So what we should find? We have to find profit percentage of 18 profit percentage when 18% is given as discount, and you have to subtract both. That is your question. Okay, now let us assume that our marked price as 100. So let us assume our marked price as 100, and from discount, what did they give? Discount 22% they gave discount. So how much will be a selling price? 100 minus 22. So 100 minus 22, which is nothing but 78% will be your discount, right? Now, what will be your selling price? So your selling price is nothing but we don't know what is our selling price. So what we are keeping it as X. Okay. Now, what am I supposed to find? I have to find my selling price in order to find the second part of the question, right? So for finding selling price, what am I doing? So selling price, this formula you should use. Cost price, this formula you have to use. Selling price minus cost price by cost price into 100 gives you profit percentage. Here we know what is selling price and we don't know cost price. We know profit percentage. So we can find cost price. Okay. So my 78 minus x by x into 100, how much profit it is giving? It is giving 17% as profit. So when I do it, it is 78 minus x into 100 gives you 17x. So 7800 minus 100x gives you 17x. So when I take this equation to the other side, so 100x plus 17x gives you 7800. So 117x gives you 7800. So x gives you 7800 by 117. So approximately I'm getting x as 66.67. So this is your cost price. Okay. Now what did they ask? If I'm giving you discount 18%, what will mean by profit? So if discount is 18%, then what will be my selling price? 100 minus 18. So selling price will be 82. Yeah, 82 will be my selling price. Again, to find profit percentage, I have to use the same formula. SP minus CP by CP into 100. So SP minus 66.67 by 66.67 into 100. So that gives you profit, new profit percentage. So when I solve it, approximately I will be getting 23%. Okay, so 23% approximately I will be getting, right? Now what is the question? I have to find the difference in the profit. So difference is nothing but new profit is 23%. Old profit is 17%, right? 17%. What is the difference? I'll be getting 6% approximately. So my answer for this is 6. So 6 is my answer. I hope this is really clear for you. For this whole sum, you're just using one formula. Just remember this formula. Okay, there are questions related, many questions related to the sum. Simply they'll ask you just find the cost price. So with this only you can stop. Okay, and otherwise they can just alter these things and also ask. Okay, this is one type of sum. Let us go to next sum. So next sum, let me clearly make you understand how many 4-digit numbers can be formed from digit 1 to 6. Okay, so first from 1 to 6, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So totally 6 digits are there. In that, how many 4-digit numbers can be formed? That is your question. But there is a condition. If digit 4 is never there in the number and repetition of the numbers are not allowed. So basically they are asking 4-digit number such that 5556. So this kind of 4-digit number is not allowed. So why these are 5 are repeating. So repetition number, and in your number there shouldn't be a 4. So these two kinds are not allowed. So no repetition and the 4 should not come. So first let me say number of digits, total digits. Your total digits is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But in condition what they gave, 4 is not there. So remaining digits. Remaining digits are nothing but 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. So there are 5 digits are there. Okay, there are totally 5 digits. From this 5-digit, you have to get a 4-digit number which is not repeating. For that, your formula is, if you have to get a non-repeating number, your formula is NPR, permutation. Okay, here n factorial. I hope you understand what is a factorial. If you're having 6 factorial, you have to write 6 into 5 into 3 into, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is factorial. Okay, so this is your formula for non-repeating. Here, your n is 5. N is equal to 5. And what is your R? You have to make a 4-digit number. Your R is 4. You have to find 5P4. 5P4 is nothing but 5 factorial into 5 minus 4 factorial. So basically, you'll be having 5 factorial, which is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is 120, because 20 into 6, 120. So this is your answer. So what is your final answer? Your final answer is 120. So I hope you understood this sum. So to get, I'll be putting a part 3 video also. Please stay tuned to, experience those sums also. Thank you.